The Judy Patterson Tourism Award is the highest tourism award that the LCVA gives each year. It really means that that particular organization or individual has had an impact on the tourism industry, and not only an impact for that particular year, but a lasting impact on the industry for years to come.
Well, I think the award stands for, it's an attempt to recognize individuals who have had meaningful contributions to promoting the tourism industry here in Loudoun County.
Judy Patterson was one of our founding board members, and our originating name was the Loudoun Tourism Council. And that board of directors was a working board and really did a lot of pro bono work and hours of things.
Judy had an energy and a drive and a passion for everything that she did.
She was one of the first co-chairs of our marketing committee. She and Steve Hines worked together to chair our marketing efforts and designed the basis of how we promote Loudoun County that we're still using much of today.
So she and I had a wonderful style of working together. We were different enough that we complemented each other.
It's clear to me that the spirit that she put into the tourism for Loudoun County has lived on and has been inculcated by people who are involved in tourism in Loudoun today.
Judy is one of those people, was one of those people that unconditionally cared about everyone.
The people became her friends, the missions became her missions, and her dedication is what became apparent if you worked with her.
She was inspiring, creative, energetic, all the things that attract you to her. She was genuine.
She was a real person. In this day and age, it's hard to find real people. You sort of have to claw through layers of masks that people are wearing. And
she was always very truthful in everything that she did. If she did not believe in it, she didn't do it.
She was someone who had extremely high moral and ethical values.
We all got cheated a little bit when Judy died prematurely.
So when the board decided that we should name an award for Judy Patterson because her passing really affected all of us so deeply, we wanted to honor her memory and her contribution. They really looked at what would be the standard of a recipient. And they looked at her passion and drive of how she approached her work with the tourism industry. They wanted to look at the contribution to the community, the significance of that contribution, and felt that with those two combined, the lasting legacy of the work of a recipient would be testimony that they were in Judy Patterson's league.
I find that the contributions that Kate McGinnis Wyatt has made to the preservation work of this area will have a forever lasting effect. It's not just going to be the next 20 years, it's not just going to be the next 40 years, it's going to be in perpetuity. The preservation work that she did with the Phillips Farm, the work that she has subsequently done with the Journey Through Hallowed Ground has enabled communities throughout this corridor from Gettysburg to Charlottesville to, on their own and collaboratively with each other, create a tourism base that will indeed assist them to also preserve their communities and sustain their economies for years to come. Much more than any one effort of any one area could have done, any one community or any one heritage site. Indeed, she's connected in more ways than you can imagine these communities throughout the Gettysburg to Charlottesville path. Kate has this uncanny ability to reach out to people, to make her causes also their causes, and to draw them into her efforts so that they too become very involved in what it is that she's trying to accomplish, because we all recognize ultimately that it's for the good of all future generations.
It occurred to me a while back, you know, what's the reason we're here? And if it's not to leave a place better for our existence, then I can't figure it out. So to answer your question, what drives me is knowing that we have in our midst unparalleled beauty and opportunities, when combined, allow us to support our businesses, our quality of life, and the irreplaceable history of the region. So it just seemed like the right thing to do. You know, direct our individual efforts, whatever talents we might have, and work collaboratively with all of our partners to not only respect what we have and celebrate it, but in this partnership be able to help those who may not even appreciate it or know that it exists. You know, to tell the stories of the people who created our communities, and to invite others into those booths, invite visitors to come and enjoy, you know, what is so special about our community. I take great pleasure in that. And can I just say one thing? Judy Patterson was amazing. I knew her very well. And I just want to thank the Loudoun Convention and Visitors Association for honoring her. I probably met her first right here in this building. And what she did then was amazing. And she didn't have the Loudoun Convention and Visitors Association because it didn't exist. She poured her heart, her soul, and her professional acumen into raising awareness of our communities. And I'll never forget when she brought Willard Scott here to Waterford to open the Waterford Fair. What a big deal. What a big deal. So I want to thank you for honoring her and her work, because it certainly has inspired me.